guys,
Oh,
and
what?
welcome to the MDPEBBLEPODCAST number...
7?
Number...
7.
7?
7?
Possibly?
I think.
Possibly 7?
I think it is 7.
Let's go with 7. Welcome to podcast number 7. If it's not, we apologise. And today, we have something exciting to talk about where we expose ourselves
Is
a
it
lot.
it exciting or is it scary?
Both, actually. I think it's both, because personally, I didn't want anyone to see this, but here we are. Today we are going to talk about improvement, and specifically we're going to show how much we improved and show our progress, and then we're going to probably talk about what we think is what's a good way to improve your artwork.
Maybe we could talk about what we want to work on as well.
That's true. So aims as well is a really good thing to talk about. Also, I'm back.
Oh my
I
God.
hope you guys missed me.
Yes.
I'm back.
I miss you so much. It's the worst week of my life.
Alright, let's start with you, because specifically in the history of digital art, you've been doing it for less than I have.
That is correct.
So that's really exciting. And so before digital art, of course, you were doing traditional art. What was your traditional art like back then? You sound so old.
It depends. Because at the time I was really fascinated with like really, really photorealistic stuff. I used to watch this YouTuber called like Heather Rooney or something, and she did really, really photorealistic like pencils. So I tried to do photorealism, but I'd do like a drawing. I'll send you one of them. Oh wait, no I won't. Mm-hmm. It's on my phone. And I used to do these drawings with like one pencil, like one singular like HB pencil from my little pencil case from school, and they'd have like no depth or anything, and I'd like smudge it all out with my finger, and it was literally the worst thing.
I think everybody would smudge. Smudging was the technique, you know?
You've got to start somewhere. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not going to be freaking Picasso the first time you start drawing, you know?
Remember when we got to secondary school and they were like, you're not allowed to draw in pencil anymore. It has to be in pen.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So basically, when we started art in secondary school, we were told that drawing in pencil was actually really bad. But then back in GCSEs, they started saying that if you're really good at doing toned drawings, like properly toned drawings, they don't see the reason why you shouldn't be doing pencil drawings.
I think it's just because they wanted to stop people doing like what I was doing, essentially. Because
I mean, yeah, but instead, they should have just taught us how to draw with pencil.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really have that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Back in the day. It's crazy.
So is there any art, like old traditional art, you want to share?
Yes, we will put some pictures up on the screen. I sent the ones that I'm going to show to the art chat.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look at them ones.
Yeah.
The first one, I remember at the time I was like so proud of it. I was like, this is the best drawing I've ever done. And to be fair, I don't actually think it's that bad. It's just looking at it now, like, her face is so weird. Her eyes are...
To be honest,
like,
where you started getting the values is actually pretty good. I think it's just the proportions a little bit.
I can't even do them now. I still can't do them.
I can't either, it's fine.
But like, her right eye is like so big compared to the other one, and it's just like in completely the wrong place. But I remember at the time I was like, this is amazing. I think I posted it on like my Facebook or something, and I was like, oh my god, I'm an artist. And my whole family was like, oh my god, this is so good. I was like...
You know your third drawing?
Yeah.
I swear everybody would do a back profile with a girl's hair, whether it be a bun or hair down.
Literally. Everyone
would draw that. It was like a basic girl thing everyone would do. I did that as well. I think I have a photo.
I love
I'm gonna show it as well.
The random line just going through her cheek where I was like, oh no, that's too sharp of an angle, let me just redraw it and not rub it out.
See, being the uncreative child that I used to be. I always looked online for things to draw, and I just tried to make it exact.
Same. I think.
So in a way, you might call it copying.
I think everybody starts with copying though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you can't like. I think especially when you're little, you can't really think of like stuff to do because you haven't heard that much about like things that inspire you. So I think like the fourth one, the red biro, I think that was like almost identical to a drawing that a girl who'd done like GCSE that year had done. Like we went to the exhibition and I saw it and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, I want to draw it. So I literally just went home and drew like exactly the same thing. I love how her chin is just a semicircle. Like, where is her jawline?
With the last digital drawing you did, were you trying to do an anime eye? Like an anime eye?
Which one? The siren.
Or is that supposed to be a skull?
Which one?
The last traditional drawing you sent.
Oh, it's supposed to be like her skull cracking through. It looks.
Is that Dammy?
Yeah.
Thought so. I was looking at it and I was like, huh, I recognise these features.
It's not the best. I will
We are not career boos, I promise.
I just really liked Dreamcatcher and I wanted to draw her, so I don't even know why I did that thing with her eye. I was like, oh my god, this would be so cool and unique, so I just did that. But then I think even that one, like, I'm still using the same pencil for the whole thing. I remember the pencil I used as well. It was like this red one. I think I still have it. It was like my favourite pencil to draw with. I don't even know why. It looks so crusty. I can't. Oh my god.
Even though you say it looks bad, looking at it now, I think is good to be more thankful than regrettable, because if we weren't there at that point, we wouldn't be here at this point.
Oh my god, that's so inspirational. I'm gonna cry. MDP is back and she has brought with her the gospel of art. I think before I started drawing like photorealistic stuff, my cousin did GCSE art and he used to do loads of like chibis and stuff, so I would like try and draw everything chibi, and it was like I couldn't find any of them, but I used to try and draw like loads of chibi people and it was literally the worst thing you've ever seen.
To this day, getting a chibi style is so hard. It's something that I cannot do. I physically cannot do a chibi style because it has its own proportions where it's not really proportional. But it still looks good. It's so hard. I think the hardest part for me is getting the proportions to make it look like a chibi. And line art. Line art is something I struggle with now because it's something that I did in the past, line art, but it's something I let go of now. It's something I don't really do as much, you know? Yeah, back to your traditional though. Do you have any recent traditional art you'd like to show how much you've developed from traditional?
Oh, I don't know. Because I haven't done like a proper sit down and draw something traditional for ages.
When you think about it, abstract comes into it.
Yeah.
It is a type of traditional work.
All of the work that I've been doing recently is for like school, and I don't really do the only like digital is the stuff that I do as like drawing
in your free time.
People.
Yeah.
So I'll put some like schoolwork on the screen, but it's a lot more different than what I do now.
I mean, when you think about it, even though you used to draw traditionally, as in using pencil back then, and you do sculpture now, that's what kind of convinced you to take GCSE art. That's what convinced you to take A-level art. So that's a good thing. Me turning everything to positive.
It is. I mean, like growth, like starting off bad is good. Because it, like, I mean, even me looking back at myself now, I'm like, oh my god, like, this is awful. I'm so much better now, and I'm so grateful for it. But it does make you cringe a bit when you see all your old stuff.
I'm looking at my very old traditional art, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what on earth went there? I'm gonna share 2 photos with you.
Oh, you did the bun thing as well.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Oh, I remember that drawing.
The first drawing is the very first drawing I drew with the sketchbook I received from my auntie. And I cherished that sketchbook a lot. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna draw amazing things. My proportions with animals sucked. I couldn't draw animals whatsoever.
No, this is so good, I love it. Whose cat is that?
An internet cat.
Oh.
It's a photo I got from the internet and I was like, yes, I'm gonna draw a cat. I don't know what's going on with the neck. I don't know what's going on with possibly where the torso
Why
should
did
be,
you draw
but
the
it's-
whisker holes and then no whiskers?
This reminds me of Eric's drawing.
Oh, should we put Eric's drawing on the screen? Sorry, Eric.
Yes, Eric's drawing. He drew a cat without
It
whiskers,
was-
but with the little holes.
It was beautiful.
The second drawing, as an artist, I had a lot of phases, so I drew whatever fandom I was in,
Entertaining. Hey.
which is very cringe, but I am thankful.
I swear, like, every sketchbook that you have when you're little has, like, the bad paper, and then you can, whenever you drew with pencil, you could always see, like, the lines, those white lines, and, like, what you did on the drawing before.
Yes. I have a sketchbook like that. Let me just grab it right here. I forgot about this sketchbook. I actually have it out somewhere because basically I have this paper which is a very weird canvasy texture. And oh my god, I was such a weeb. I'm gonna send you them in a bit. But with the second drawing I sent you, I drew Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's. Are we surprised?
No.
Probably not. Probably not, because it was interesting. Back then, I feel like I was very free with my art. I drew whatever I wanted. I looked at photos. Well, actually, I don't know if I'd call it free, because I always looked at stock images and I drew whatever I saw online. So maybe it's not as free because it didn't really build that creativity back then. It wouldn't be original stuff.
I used to always draw, like, my favourite singers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got loads of drawings of, like, Halsey and, like, Melanie Martinez, because that's when I started, like, enjoying art a lot more, I think, when I was, like, 13, 14, but still, it's, like, it's so bad.
Yeah. So, you know, when we were talking about that horrible paper, I found some old art, which is probably 2018, possibly. I mean, one of them's 2019 because I wrote it down.
Bro, that's so cute.
But the first one, I think it's possibly 2018. Yeah, possibly 2018. And it's bad. The proportions are off.
No,
When I drew side profiles, I draw them diagonal. They'd be slanted, if you know what I mean.
The second one is so cute.
But yeah, I was a big weeb. I am to this day, but that's okay. Being a weeb is okay.
I swear whenever anyone starts drawing, like, anime style, the chin is always, like, a complete right angle.
Yes.
Because I know I used to do that as well, and now I look at it and I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? It's like a completely sharpened triangle, and I'm like, oh god.
Back then, as an artist, I avoided drawing faces. I was more of an animal person. Hence why people used to call me a furry. But I think I found some 2019-ish face drawings I did back then. If I send them across. But 2019, the last one is probably 2020, I think. Summer holidays.
Oh, bro.
They're not amazing. The first one, the nose is like, what the hell is going on? But I was definitely working with proportions back then, I think.
They're like better than the stuff that I do now.
No, shut up.
No.
I do not accept this kind of opinion. But now, traditionally, I've moved to animals more. So it's like shifted. I used to draw animals. Then like last year, 2 years ago, I'd go start with faces. And then I'd go back to animals again. I have 2 photos, I believe, of where I drew animals. They're quite recent. So, yeah. I think I've got an upper hand in animals now, rather than faces, because
I cannot draw animals for my life.
it's just I see it as shapes. I see shapes. I draw the shapes that I see.
Yeah, I just can't. Like fur, like I can't even draw hair. So something that's like completely furry, no. I just don't know where to start. I'm like, bye. I'm out the door. I'm gone. I'll put a picture, because I did a painting of my dog for my mum. I'll put a picture of that on. I think that was the last time I ever attempted to do an animal. And it was alright, but it wasn't like... It's just a bit, you know?
Now that we've talked about traditional art, let's move to digital art. Because when did I start digital art?
I don't know.
I think it's when I started finding out this thing existed called animation memes. I saw it on the web and I was
On
like,
the web.
oh my god.
Such a grammar.
I was like, oh my god, I want to do something like that. So I did. And do I regret it? Yes, I do, because it was cringe. It didn't really look like an animation. What I used to do, it was like 3 frames for the whole animation meme, and I'd roll with it.
We love
it. It
that,
was bad.
Though. We love it.
I have some old digital art which I whipped out. Where is it? Let me try find it. Okay. So I don't know what the order of the drawings is, because I just don't know. I think this might be one of the older ones. Look at the quality of the drawing.
Wait.
It's so crusty.
Oh, that's like what all of mine are.
So crusty. And then it changed to something like this. It's something interesting. Back then I thought I found an art style, so I'd always stick to the like same kind of eyes I'd draw. Like I was like, yes, I have an art style, let's stick to it, and it's bad. Okay, the first one that I sent, the scaly person with pink hair, if you guys didn't know, this is Pebble's one of the first OCs she did.
Why is she
digitally.
so tanned?
Exactly. I know, I told you, basically before we started this, I was like, oh my god, it looks like she has a fake tan.
Oh, that's so funny.
Can we look at the eyebrows?
Love them. Amazing.
I drew them in this like the same curve the eyes were, because I thought that's how eyebrows worked back then, and I was like, ah. See, you know, there used to be these people, they either go the kind of blush where it's streaks, or it's these circles. I was like, hell nah, I'm gonna put the 2 of them together. This is so bad.
No, honestly, I love it. I love it so much.
And I was like, yes, I love how anime eyes have the glistening things in their eyes. Let's add a shit ton of... Oh, sorry, my bad. Let's add a lot of them. I used to think that looked good. I don't know what I was thinking. And I think I drew this on your tablet while you were asleep.
What?
I know it sounds weird.
Hang on, what?
But we had a sleepover. And I borrowed her tablet to draw this.
When was this?
So yeah. When we had a sleepover and we recorded a video for my old channel, which doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah. The second drawing of this green bear hamster thing, that's other Pebble's OC. Yeah.
So bad.
She looks Interesting.
I
The
think-
colour scheme is interesting.
I think what I did is I might have used like a colour generator to like pick colours for my OC or something. Jesus Christ, what was I thinking?
Oh my god, I put flowers in her eyes?
Oh, that's cute.
What is this? I don't know. Definitely the background does not clash with the character.
Of course.
Yeah, I knew what colour meant. I knew what colour is.
And the next one's so cute.
That one I was quite proud.
Is that
because
your like zodiac things that you were doing?
Yeah, I started doing the zodiac things, but then I kind of gave up. So digitally, I only did one zodiac thing.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, this is Taurus. If you guys didn't know, I'm a Taurus. Yeah. I tried to do the cool thing where people would do backgrounds where it's just white line art on like dark colours. But as you can tell, my little mind, when did we do GCSEs? 3 years ago. We started them 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
4.
3 or 4.
3 or 4 years ago. I drew this and I was like, yes, this looks cool. That's when I discovered the blending tool digitally. So I used to do eyeshadow and things.
You know what I used all the time? Airbrush.
Do you know what you can tell? You can tell that I copied the other eye and just flipped it. They looked
Oh my god, you
the
did.
same. That's why they look so cross-eyed.
Bro, I love that.
That's funny though. Her neck, oh my god, why is her neck so thin and her head so big?
Maybe that was you trying to do chibi style.
I don't know. Possibly. For the third one, I think I used that as my profile picture for my old YouTube account. Didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did for ages.
Yeah, it was like my persona in a way.
I think I drew that one, didn't I?
Which one? Oh, you drew my character. I think you did.
Yeah. I'll pop that in somewhere. Because we used to do loads of like art trades, so like we'd both draw each other's OCs and be like, oh my god, like we love art.
Yeah.
It was very cringe.
For the next one, it was someone's character that I drew. Don't know whose.
Creds
But
to
I drew.
them.
I used to draw for people all the time.
Same.
I don't know why, but I was like, yes, give people
I think
free
it's
art.
like when you're like 13 and you're like in a group on Facebook or something, and it's just like a bunch of other teenagers doing digital art. You all like draw stuff for each other, and you don't really realise like the value of what you're actually doing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But like, it's not like I could make any money from it because they were really bad drawings. So I guess it's just the start of like your little artist career, but still, it's kind of wild.
And then for the last 2 drawings, I think it's a bit more subtle. That's when I started using less of black line art, but I used colours that would go with the drawing.
Oh, I used black eyeliner art for years.
Yeah, I'd plan out the colour scheme before I'd start drawing, you know? It's interesting. It's certainly interesting. It's not amazing, it's not awful. Well, it is bad. But I'm glad to be where I am now. Yeah. What about your digital stuff? Because you started later on.
Yes.
To be honest, you started last year. And I think that's when the two of us started improving
Well,
the most.
I'd done some drawings sort of when I was about like 14, I'd say, like in GCSE kind of era. On like with my finger on my old iPad Air. And then MDP got a big fancy graphics tablet and she gave me her little Wacom one, like her little tiny baby one.
So that was 2 years ago, I think.
So I started drawing on that properly in like sort of February, March last year. Which is kind of wild if you think about it. But yeah, my progression has been quite large, you could say.
Oh yeah, you're in such a short span of time. You improved a lot, like a lot.
I think that drawing was like the first one I ever drew on my old iPad with my finger.
That's actually really good.
Why is her nose so like
Wide?
look at her nostrils. That is so wacky. I think I sketched it out on paper and then I took a picture of it, put it on my iPad, traced over all the lines. But to be honest, I still do that now. Because I can't sketch digitally. Like I just cannot do it.
But think about it, how good is this for a finger drawing? This is very good. This is insanely good.
And then I went on to like this weird style. Of drawing people's eyes like this.
When I'm looking at it, it reminds me of marbles.
That's interesting. I never thought of that.
Like, you know, little marbles, but they'd have different colours, different gradients.
They all look dead inside. I'd use like one single flat colour and then shade with an airbrush with like one other colour. And I was like, this isn't anime style, even though it was literally the worst thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
Do you know what I realised? You drew the eyebrows the same.
What do you mean?
They're the same, same? Oh my god, I can't speak. They're the same style.
Yeah, no. It's bad. It's bad.
It's like the girls went to get the eyebrows done and they were like, I want that kind of eyebrow, you know?
I think, because I used to draw on Ibis Paint X, and then I was sort of looking around for digital softwares to use on my laptop for the little Wacom tablet. And I was like googling around and someone said that Autodesk Sketchbook was really good. So I got it and I was like, this is too difficult, I cannot use this. I am too stupid for this. So I took quite a long break from digital.
Yeah.
Because I was busy doing like GCSEs and stuff. And then I started drawing one day. I think I was on call with you. And I did this piece.
I think we often did calls, and at the same time, that's when I did my Hwasa drawing, which I'll insert later because I can't find it. I'll find it at some point. But yeah, that's when we started. It will hit off in summer, didn't it? It was lockdown actually, so spring.
This was the first piece that I was ever like really, really proud of.
As you should be, you know? As you should be. It was really good.
And then I started drawing like more and getting better. And it was like, I still couldn't do like a line up properly. That third one, I just wanted to learn how to shade properly, so I think I like traced the proportions of the face. And then just spent ages colouring it in with like different greys and stuff. Because I was like, I want to learn how to draw in black and white.
But can we talk about how insanely good this is? The values are there and the shading.
I think I used an airbrush for like the majority of it.
Yeah, this is really good. This is really, really good stuff.
The thing is, like, I haven't actually done that much digital stuff. Because I did some stuff on my laptop. And then I took another sort of break because we came back to school and I was in like summer and stuff like that. And then I joined the Discord and then we started doing the challenges, and I think like even in that short period of time it's when I started doing a lot more.
Yeah. I think this year is when I got the confidence to do redraws. I think I'm gonna do more of them. Where I have a witch OC.
It's so cute.
I did a redraw of her.
It's so cute.
I got rid of her fringe. I was like, nah, I don't want her to have a fringe. I want to have her as is. And then people pointed out that she looks like Billie Eilish. And I was like,
I was just about to say that.
See, whenever I draw faces, people say that it looks like someone, even though I do use references of faces, you know? I look at faces to give me an idea of how I want the proportions to be. But it's never the people point out. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't see this, now I see it. But that's not where I got the reference from. Which is very interesting, I think. Yeah. I think we've been on a journey. As you said that you didn't draw digitally for a long while, I didn't either. How do I describe it? It's kind of like artist depression in a way. Like I wasn't depressed, as in generally depressed, but I was depressed about my digital art. So I stopped. I paused. But then March came in and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start drawing again. I'm going to get better. And I surprisingly did, now that I'm looking back at it.
Yes,
because
queen. Yes. Get that improvement.
looking at proportions and faces. Looking back to the Maria drawing that I did ages ago now, which is like a year ago, isn't it? A year ago? Ish?
I think so, yeah.
It'll be a year soon. And I think it improved quite a bit, the proportions. My colour palette, my colouring style changed a bit, which I think is very cool. Yeah, in general, we both improved a lot. I really like your style now, the way you drew line art, and you colour flat layers, but then you add texture to the flat colours, which is really nice. That's what I really like about your art.
Texture is my favourite thing. I think I still don't have like a set style, but I just draw like whatever I'm feeling.
To give people a good idea, let's do a quick showcase of our current art. Bam!
Boom!
Don't
Pow!
bam boom, bada beep, bada boop.
Blam! There you go, look at that.
Hope you guys like it. We try.
Please.
We're not amazing, but we try.
Please follow us on Instagram. We want people to appreciate our art.
Yes, follow our Instas, follow our Twitters, because Pebble has a Twitter now, which is very good news.
Oh, I do, but I don't post on it.
I'll force you to post in it from now on.
You can't make me do anything.
Please post in it.
No.
I'll stalk you on it.
No.
Yeah, I think we've been on a big journey. I think I'm very thankful that you were there.
Mm-hmm.
I think you in a way pushed me to draw more.
I think we both help each other a lot, because if one of us is like stuck, we'll be like, oh, what should we add? And then the other one will like think of something that we didn't think about. It's very helpful.
That's true.
Guys, get yourselves a friend. Your friend will be good and they will help you.
Yeah, another thing about it, it's good to have a companion while being on that journey, you know?
Oh, so wholesome.
I mean, if I didn't have a companion, there wouldn't be anyone to push me to draw. Because as kids, we'd be like, oh, let's do an art trade. Let's do this, let's do that. That'd be cute if we did this. And then we'd support each other, be like, yes, do it. Just do it, girl.
We keep saying to each other that we're going to do an art trade now. We haven't got around to it yet.
We will. I promise you we will, and we will make a video out of it.
Yes.
Before death, we will. I can't promise how soon, but we will. Now that we've talked about our progress in a journey, where would you like to be in 10 years' time, let's say? Hoping that we both continue doing digital art.
Famous.
Famous.
Yes.
I definitely want to be better at photorealism. That's something I want to ace, maybe? Maybe not ace, but just make it look good, you know? See, I'm the artist that's not really analytical. If it looks good to the eye, it's good. That's the way I see it. Probably not the right way, but that's how it works for me. I see things more as shapes rather than, shading should be like this. colours work like this.
I don't even know.
If it looks okay to my eye, I go with it. I roll with it. I think that's something you do as well.
I just vibe, man. I don't know.
I mean, probably if we looked at it more analytically, maybe possibly there's a probability that we'd be better. But it's more about the comfort, I think.
I don't like people telling me what is wrong with my art.
See, well, on the other hand, I don't mind it, but I don't always take the advice. I take it in. Either I do what they say because I see the issue with it, or I don't. I think that if you're being constantly told what to do, it can be discouraging. The amount of times I just dropped a drawing. The amount of drawings that I have unfinished saved on my laptop because it just discouraged me to carry on doing it, you know? I was proud of it at the time, but now that somebody pointed something out, I'm like, I don't like it anymore. Yeah.
I want Instagram followers.
So yeah, where would you like to be in 10 years' time?
Bro,
So I want to pursue photorealism, probably find a cartoon style if possible.
I just want to have like a set style. Well, maybe not actually. I just want to be like good. I want to be able to draw like any pose I want.
Yeah, definitely.
With any
you know,
lighting. I want to be able to understand how to put lighting on a drawing in Procreate because I can't do it.
You see, look when you look at like Instagram artists, and you're like, wow, they have this style, and then you start thinking, wow, I want a style too. But now that I think about it, I want to try all these different things. I don't want to stick to one style actually, because if I want to do landscapes, then I'm gonna try figure out how to do landscapes, which might be different to the way I draw faces, which is something I do constantly right now, but I don't really do landscapes.
Yes.
I want to figure out that chibi style that I want. That's something completely different from photorealism or realism, semi-realism. I want to learn how to do line art, which I don't really do anymore. I just draw the way I feel like it. So yeah, actually having one specific art style is not bad, but I don't think it should limit you. I think if you want to do all these different kind of things, if you want to do character design, if you want to do architecture, I don't know, or like create a world, like a scenery that doesn't exist but it makes sense in your head and you want it to exist, go for it, you know? I don't think that having an art style should limit you to sticking to that art style and only drawing these things, you know?
True.
Because now, it only popped into my head right now. Why on earth should I seek for an art style? Maybe it will come to me.
That's so inspirational. Guys, what did I tell you? Sis is coming through with that inspiration today.
If you want to try all these things, don't limit yourself. I mean, time is a different thing. If you don't have the time, you can't really help it, but if one day you just want to do abstract for a day, just do it. Just don't limit yourself.
What else should we talk about? My dinner is downstairs. I really want to go eat.
I mean, we covered most of the things.
I think so.
But one last little thing I think we should cover is how should you get better at art? Because I think that's one thing we said we would cover.
Just keep drawing.
Just keep drawing. Don't stop. See, people say practice makes perfect. It's true, but there are people who can draw faster, who can get better faster. And I think even if you see that person next to you drawing faster than you are, getting better than you are, learning the values faster than you, because maybe they're looking analytically, maybe they're not looking analytically, maybe they're just going with the flow. I don't think that should discourage you. Even though they're being great at doing their thing, and you admire what they're doing, you might be jealous sometimes. I am very jealous of my friends' art very often, but that's okay. But I think it shouldn't discourage you. You shouldn't just drop your pen and be like, okay, I'm not drawing anymore. If they're being very good and I'm being very bad at this, I should just stop this. That's not true. Do not do that. Just carry on doing what you like. Because I think it's good to seek enjoyment in what you're doing. That's very important.
The thing is though, you never know how much effort other people put into their art, and you don't know when they started and like how much they study. So if you see like one drawing a week from them and you draw like once every 2 weeks, obviously they're probably going to improve faster than you. Everyone works at their own pace, so it's like, you know,
that's true.
Don't worry about it.
You can't determine how fast people work. Everyone has a different pace. Everyone has a different style, a different way they draw. Some people do like 1,000 layers, some people do like 2.
Lol.
But it's okay. It's okay. That's all appreciated. That's all accepted. That's what's wonderful about art. Everyone is different, and everyone's art is different. So,
yes.
yeah.
I think that's everything,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Also, another thing, there's no right or wrong way to improve. There definitely is some wrong things, like tracing somebody's artwork and then claiming it as your own. That's definitely very wrong. But there is no really right or wrong into improving. If you're enjoying what you're doing, then before realizing it, you will improve. You'll be like, oh goddamn, this has changed. How come I didn't notice it? It might be long term, might be short term. You don't know. It will come to you. So rather than expecting it being like, oh, I'm looking for this art style. Oh, I'm gonna get better by tomorrow. It's just do what you're doing right now. Continue doing it, and then over time you'll just realize that you've gotten better. That's how I see it.
Yes.
Is there anything else we should cover? I think we've covered a chunk of it.
I think we covered everything.
My throat is very dry. I haven't spoken this much in years.
I went to eat my dinner.
Yes. What do you have for dinner today, Pebbles?
Mackey's.
Everyone be jealous. She has
And
Mackies.
it arrived a long time ago, so it's probably cold by now.
Yeah. I mean, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it inspired you guys to draw.
I hope you don't.
If you do draw.
judge.
If you don't draw, maybe start drawing. Or it doesn't have to be drawing. It could be writing music. It can be reading a book. Anything.
Photography.
Just do what you're doing. You're all awesome. We love you.
Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe, follow, check out our social media.
Yeah, we're much better than the drawings that we've showed you today now.
Yeah, we expose ourselves quite a bit,
We're
but
amazing now.
it shows growth, so it's a good thing.
Yes.
So thank you guys for watching. I hope you stick around for our next podcast. I hope you check out our previous podcast.
Yes.
I mean, what's stopping you from checking those out when you're waiting for the future podcast?
I'm not biased, but they're really good, so...
They're fun. I think it's very cool to hang out
Yes.
with them, with us. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all of the above.
Love you all. Hope you have a swaggy day.
Yes, hope you have a swaggy day. And I guess I'm just saying bye at this point.
Bye, guys.
Bye.